90-Day Fiancé's Stacy Silva refuses to apologize for life choices after relaunching risky career with Darcey and mourning loss of family member. 90-Day, the last resort star Stacy Silva is revealing how she feels about relaunching her career with a risky decision after reconciling with Darcey Silva after the events of Season 2. Darcey and Stacey started their reality TV careers together before the 90 Days Season 1, even though Darcey was the one looking to find love. Stacey and Florian Sukaj were a couple going strong, unlike Darcey, who had to go through 2 failed relationships before meeting her now husband Georgi Rusev. However, Stacey had to deal with Florian's cheating scandal and Darcey's interference. Darcey's growing closeness with Florian bothered Stacey on the last resort. Darcey even chose Florian as her hall pass on Pillow Talk, but Stacey has teamed up with her sister to relaunch her failed career. Stacey has now shared a reel on Instagram which she seemingly used to address these shocking new changes in her life. Stacey posted a video captioned, "Unapologetically me." The video showed a sun-kissed Stacey with loose and curly hair, wearing a black bandeau top with jeans and pouting for the camera. She used the song Best Is Yet to Come to emote herself. Stacey's follower Dolpheskilla01 told her, "I love 2025 Stacey." What Stacey being unapologetically herself means amid risky career. Stacey doesn't regret any of her choices. This new side of Stacey is not for everyone. The other commentators seem more interested in her looks than Stacey's caption, which she used to talk about her recent life decisions. The focus is on Stacey now, ever since her The Last Resort debut. Stacey has lived in Darcey's shadow since her Before the 90 Days debut, which was all about Darcey, for 4 seasons. While Darcey and Stacey's multiple seasons helped viewers get to know Stacey better, somehow Darcey always stole the limelight. Unfortunately, she also did it on The Last Resort. Darcey informed Stacey that Florian was seen leaving a bar with a mystery woman. Stacey struggled throughout the retreat to trust her husband, and this claim by Darcey came as the last straw. Stacey may have to face the challenge of choosing between her sister and her husband. However, it looks like she has, since Stacey is releasing new music with Darcey soon and saw her husband post a romantic picture with a different woman on Valentine's Day. Stacey may have found solace in her twin after Florian betrayed her, even if Darcey had not been a good support system. Our take on Stacey refusing to apologize for her life choices. Has Stacey been hinting at her possible single status? Stacey still seems to want to convey that she does not regret her decision. Stacey may or may not be together with Florian, but her naughty video seems to be hinting at her wanting to be single. It will take a few weeks until 90 Day, The Last Resort reveals Stacey and Florian's relationship status. Until then, fans can come to their conclusions about what Stacey is refusing to apologize for, and if it has anything to do with her choosing her own happiness over an unhappy marriage with Florian. 90 Day Fiancé. 8 signs Darcey Silva may have money problems. Is she struggling financially after Georgi split? Darcey Silva appears to be eager to return to the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, which could indicate that she isn't doing well financially. Darcey is a 50-year-old woman from Connecticut who shot to fame with her debut in Before the 90 Days Season 1. Darcey was divorced with 2 young girls and had found love online. Darcey had envisioned a future with the 31-year-old Jesse Meester from Amsterdam. To no one's surprise, the romance failed, and Darcey dated another younger man named Tom Brooks until she found Georgi Rusev from Bulgaria on Instagram. Darcey did 4 seasons of Before the 90 Days until she was signed up for Darcey and Stacey, a one-of-a-kind, twin-themed show with her identical twin sister, Stacy Silva. However, Darcey didn't achieve the kind of popularity she did on Before the 90 Days with this one. The show hasn't been renewed, and it's not known whether Darcey will ever make a 90 Day Fiancé comeback. Darcey's fame is diminishing, but is it also affecting her bank balance? Darcey may have debuted in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise in 2017 with 90 Day Fiancé, Before the 90 Days Season 1, but she wanted to make it big on reality TV for ages before that. Darcey and Stacey made their own reality TV show which could have served as an inspiration for Darcey and Stacey in 2020, via 360 Digital Studios. Darcey and Stacey were still living in Connecticut and were mothers to their set of daughters and sons, but they were still married to their ex-husbands who fans never got to meet on 90 Day Fiancé. Darcey wanted to be a huge reality TV star since 2010. A 10-minute-long Super Taylor shows Darcey and Stacey talking about how they met their ex-husbands. There are clips of them living the high life in New York, working behind the scenes for their fashion brand, and even doing photo shoots as professional models. Darcey seems to have filmed the entire first season considering the amount of content in the trailer, but sadly for her, Darcey had to wait for almost a decade more to become famous. Darcey's made a movie that was a box office disaster. Has anyone heard about white tea? Darcey was undoubtedly born with a silver spoon, and she used her familial wealth to launch several businesses before attaining reality TV fame. One of them is House of 11, which sells a variety of clothing, including loungewear, denim, outerwear, accessories, jewelry, and eyewear. It was co-founded by Darcey and Stacey in October 2010. Along with their love for fashion, Darcey and Stacey are also into the showbiz business. They have their own production company, 11th Entertainment. Darcey co-executive produced the 2013 comedy film White Tea with Stacey and their father, Mike Silva. It was written and directed by Lance Frank and starred Jamal Mixon, Jared Mixon, and Eric Roberts. The movie has a 3.7 rating on IMDb. One of the reviews says that whoever wrote the script just hates fat people while asking audiences to avoid the movie at all costs. Darcey's House of 11 brand has been a controversy magnet. Why House of 11 isn't a hit among fans? Darcey and Stacy Silva have their own fashion brand, House of 11, and some customers don't like the clothing and accessories that they sell. There have been a lot of complaints about Darcey and Stacey's House of 11 products. In January 2022, fans were calling out the brand's ridiculous shipping prices. One of the glasses cost $17 and the only shipping available was over $80. One customer tried to return a package, but it was refused. The pictures of products seemingly didn't match the actual product. A major concern for fans was the lack of size inclusivity and diversity with regard to their models. Fans wished to see the clothes on women of different body types. Fans have called out Darcey and Stacey for trying to sell overpriced items like a Boss Babe t-shirt which costs $215. In 2023, Reddit user RPH Writes shared pictures to prove that House of 11 products do bear a striking resemblance to the products from other online retailers. Darcey and Stacey were accused of purchasing from a bulk wholesale clothing distributor, like Alibaba, and rebranding them as House of 11 products. Darcey's been accused of wearing fakes. Does Darcey buy fake designer items? Known for her distinct sense of fashion, Darcey is a lover of in-your-face clothing items and accessories for a while now. She loves dressing up even if she's taking a trip to the grocery store. Darcey is rarely seen without her hair and makeup done. Her clothes are also loud and garish, which means that Darcey loves to sport oversized jewelry, bags, and jackets. However, sometimes, questions have been raised about the authenticity of the things that Darcey wears. Reddit user Maddie Alma had once shared a screenshot of one of Darcey's scenes showing her bag. There was a Louis Vuitton keepall in the frame and the fan added a picture of the bag from a product page for comparison. They circled an area of Darcey's bag and captioned the post, "How we all know Darcey's designer stuff is fake." The fan wanted others to observe how the piece Darcey was flaunting had the logos cut at the seam. Redditor ZPB927 commented, "Well, the buckles holding the handles are certainly different. I think Darcey's is a fake for sure. Darcey's hair extensions are poorly done. Darcey's hair is a financial burden on her. Darcey and her sister love to wear big hair. Their natural hair is dark and curly but has now turned gray and rough as revealed in one of the Darcey and Stacey episodes. Darcey's hair is always styled using hair extensions and wigs. She loves to be a blonde, but her natural hair can't take the damage anymore." The sisters wear long wigs because there was a time when they both had naturally long tresses, and they missed them. Darcey's hair started thinning after she had kids. It couldn't grow beyond a certain length. Darcey seemingly prefers extensions to wigs. However, there was a scene where her microbead extensions were peeking out of her hair and looking like she had lice. The beads were placed very close to Darcey's thin hairline. They also looked like they were overgrown and needed to be readjusted or removed. The beads shouldn't have been visible when Darcey pulled her hair back. Darcey has also posted videos after getting a fresh hair makeover, but her extensions didn't blend, suggesting she didn't spend good money at a half-decent salon. Darcey keeps promoting her OnlyFans. Darcey even has a Venmo. Most 90 Day Fiancé cast members turn to OnlyFans to make money outside their reality TV show career. Cast members like Anfisa Nava, Stephanie Motto, Larissa Lima, etc. boast about their earnings online. They post adult content on the website where fans can pay a certain subscription fee to view the photos and videos. These cast members use the platform as one of their primary sources of income. However, considering Darcey shows as if she's swimming in wealth, her making an account seems suspicious. Darcey's content is not tame either. While she also adds previously unseen content, most of it appears to be old photos of her in swimming costumes. At one point, Darcey also added a Venmo link to her OnlyFans bio which showed how desperate she is to get money from fans. Darcey could be tired of putting on an act of being ridiculously wealthy. She's one step away from launching a GoFundMe because her money has run out. Darcey appears on Cameo in a sorry state. Darcey is money hungry. Darcey also has a Cameo page where she shares video-recorded messages with her fans in exchange for money. These videos often make their way to social media and viewers feel free to dissect Darcey's look and the things she says in these clips. While a fan expects their favorite star to at least look presentable while sending them a message, Darcey doesn't put in any effort. Most of the time, these videos show Darcey in a dimly lit room with no makeup but with a heavy filter on her face and her hair undone. Darcey doesn't respect the fact that her fans have spent a considerable amount of their income on reaching out to her and getting her to talk to them. The least she could do was brush her hair while responding to people who love her. Darcey seems to only care about the money and creates these clips half-heartedly as long as the fee for it is deposited in her account. Darcey is desperate to return to 90 Day Fiancé. Darcey wants the next season of 90 Day, The Last Resort. These days, Darcey has been hinting at a split with her husband, Georgi. Darcey married him a year ago, in November 2023, but has since suggested she's split with him several times. It's been 2 years since Darcey has been featured in the franchise. Darcey and Stacey premiered in January 2023 and, since it's almost January 2025 now, Darcey must be getting worried about her future in the 90 Day Fiancé universe. Darcey knows that she is one of the best-known faces from the franchise, but for how long? Darcey needs to keep herself relevant, and she's done nothing about it. She seems to have been inspired by sister Stacy Silva now. If Darcey suggests there's drama in her married life, she could be roped in for the next season of 90 Day, The Last Resort like Stacy. It's Darcey's last chance to make money as a reality TV personality. It remains to be seen if 90 Day Fiancé's Darcey can reclaim her star status or if she fades into obscurity with fans losing interest in her antics day by day. 90 Day Fiancé, what medical condition does Stacy Silva have? Her illness led to a major discovery about Florian Sukaj. 90 Day, The Last Resort star Stacy Silva opened up about her emergency surgery in the premiere episode of Season 2 and here's everything revealed about her medical condition. Stacy is the twin sister of Darcey Silva and was introduced in 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 Days Season 1. While 50-year-old Darcey had a difficult time finding a partner, Stacy had been in a long-distance relationship with Albanian model Florian Sukaj since he slid into her DMs in 2015. Florian came to the US in 2020 on a K-1 visa. Stacy and Florian almost didn't marry. Florian had cheated on her with a woman named Shanti Zora and Stacy had video proof. On 90 Day, The Last Resort, Stacy mentioned that even though she was older, Sometimes Florian had a hard time keeping up with her because he would act like a grumpy grandpa. Stacy got miffed as the couple headed to their room at the resort. Florian was shown asking a staff member if there was an area he could smoke in. Stacy told Florian they were at the resort to get healthy and the least he could do was not smoke. Stacy underwent kidney surgery. Stacy was rushed to the emergency room in January 2024. Stacy told the cameras about half a year ago she got sick. Stacy's doctor asked her to go to the emergency room ASAP, or she could have lost her kidney. Stacy said she had never been so sick in her life. According to In Touch, Stacy was rushed to the emergency room at the Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami by Darcey and Florian in January because Stacy was in extreme pain. She had to get emergency kidney surgery. Stacy posted a video of her lying in a hospital bed, via Relative Girl. Florian's strange behavior during Stacy's hospital stay. Florian wasn't around for his ailing wife. Stacy had thought she would have her husband by her side when she was sick and recovering. However, Stacy noticed that Florian was going out more and more. Florian also became more secretive, and they have grown apart ever since. Stacy added that after going through what she went through, she wants to enjoy the years she has left, and she knew she could not give the rest of her life to a man who isn't going to be there for her. Stacy and Florian nearly ended things 5 years ago when he cheated on her. She didn't want to go through it again. However, Florian had been hitting the clubs like he was a born-again frat boy. He was staying out until 5 o'clock a.m., flirting with women. She felt like he was repeating patterns. Stacy accused Florian of flirting with someone in her face. One day, she noticed Florian had makeup on his shirt. Florian claimed Stacy was assuming things because sometimes some people drunky just want to hug you for no reason. Are Stacy and Florian together after the last resort? Did Stacy dump cheater Florian? Stacy was worried about Florian not being in the long haul. They had tackled their trust issues, but they were all coming back. Knowing their history, Stacy couldn't get herself to believe Florian. Stacy wanted the spark and level of trust that used to be between them back. Florian has been curating his Instagram to look like they're no longer together. He deleted a post wishing Darcey and Stacey a happy birthday on September 23. They also attended a fashion show in Hollywood by 90 Day, the Last Resort co-star Josh Weinstein's company preview models in November. Darcey Silva's 90-day fiancé fate revealed after face transformation and incredible weight loss. Spoilers. Darcey Silva is about to return to the franchise, but there's speculation about whether she's appearing on 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Or Darcey and Stacey. Darcey and her sister Stacy Silva became breakout stars of the 90-Day Fiancé franchise after appearing in before the 90 Days Season 1, so much so that they earned their own spin-off. Darcey and Stacey's been on the air since 2020 but has been missing from the TV schedule throughout 2024. The most recent installment, Darcey and Stacey Season 4, aired from January to April 2023. Fans have started speculating about which 90-Day Fiancé show Darcey Silva will appear on next after she was just followed around with a camera crew. According to a fan on Reddit, Darcey is in the middle of filming her grand return to the 90-Day Fiancé franchise. Galaxy L7 created a thread on Reddit to share a video they took that featured Darcey and her husband, Georgi Rusev, surrounded by a camera crew at Miami International Airport. Darcey was rolling several suitcases while wearing a giant fur coat. Georgi was a few feet in front of her rolling his own suitcase. At first, the video was zoomed in on the two of them. Eventually, fans got to see a wide shot of the camera crew walking backwards in front of them. Toward the end of the video, signs in the back indicated where to go for parking and for the bus station, indicating that this scene was likely filmed after Darcey and Georgi's flight arrived at the airport, and the married couple was heading to their car. Some initial fan comments in the Reddit thread criticized Darcey for wearing that kind of coat in Miami of all places, which is currently experiencing temperatures in the low to mid-80s. However, speculation soon turned to what show Darcey and Georgi were filming for. While the most obvious guess might be Darcey and Stacey Season 5, fans actually think they'll be popping up on Happily Ever After now that they are married. What Darcey Silva returning to 90-Day Fiancé franchise means. Happily Ever After is the perfect outlet to feature Darcey's marriage. While it's definitely possible that Darcey and Stacey Season 5 is currently filming after a hiatus, the fan speculation that Darcey and Georgi are returning to the main 90-Day Fiancé franchise via Happily Ever After is an intriguing possibility. The wife and husband haven't had the smoothest relationship, which isn't surprising for a 90-Day Fiancé couple. After their initial engagement in 2020, they broke up 2 years later. Darcey and Georgia managed to patch things up and finally got married in fall 2023. To the spin-off's premise of showcasing couples after getting married, Happily Ever After would be the perfect outlet to showcase Darcey and Georgi's current lives 1 year after their wedding. Considering they ended their engagement before tying the knot, they are likely to have marital issues to work through, which can be featured on Happily Ever After. This isn't Darcey's first marriage, so time will tell if she can make her current relationship work in the long run. Our take on Darcey Silva's 90-Day Fiancé return. Darcey and Georgi will bring the drama. A lot of this is pure speculation for now. At the very least, fans know that she will return to reality TV in some capacity. Considering Darcey and Stacey hasn't been on the air in a while, there's a lot Darcey and Georgi need to catch viewers up on. Maybe they'll reveal why she called off their engagement before turning around and exchanging vows after all. No matter what show, whether it's 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, or Darcey and Stacey, the franchise is ready to bring back